Hello and welcome. This is Dirty 20 Gaming. My name is Kevin, and these wonderful people have agreed to join me to play a silly game this evening. The credits are real short this week. Hero Forge for the art, except for the art that isn't from Hero Forge, and you can tell which one that is because it's obvious, and that's from Mana Queen themselves. Thank you. Let's get to these amazing people. Let's do this fast. Bison, tell us about yourself and where can we find you?
Generally, you can find me here. On Sundays, I play Bigford Barkswipe on the World at Large. On Tuesday nights, I will put the Twitch up in a sec because I have to move things around. But Tuesdays, you can find me on my own channel. I stream stuff. Lately, it's been Warframe. It's been a lot of fun. But yeah, I do that for about 2 hours, and I go to work. And that's me.
Cool. Let's move along. Next, Roosbar. Stuff and doings.
Nothing.
Cool.
Here. Stuff.
Cool.
Stuff.
Moving on.
Yeah, I'm restructuring the channel. I'm going to be back streaming soon.
All the key phrases, yes. Nothing, but there's stuff in the works. Secret project I can't talk about. All the good phrases. Next, Mana Queen.
Hello.
I know you're doing stuff. What are you doing?
I am. Every Wednesday afternoon, every Wednesday afternoon, you can find me over at Wandering Haven Publications. We play a fantastic campaign. Right now, we're running through some Witchlight Feywild / potential bad things.
Nice.
So it's a good time. That's at 2 p.m. or 2:30 p.m. every Wednesday. I'll pop the link down in a second. It's a good time over there every Wednesday. You can find me over there.
The answer to your question, chat, is Canada. That's where we found that tea.
Oh,
Oh, and last but not least, Bat Kyle. You just got the short one today. Edited version. You didn't get the whole verse. But hello, what are you doing? Where can we find you?
I'm here every Saturday until we bring this to a close. Otherwise, I mod around a lot. I do not stream myself, but you can hear me in the background of some streams, usually laughing at something because I'm way louder than my wife would like me to be. Speaking of my lovely wife, there's her Twitch. She does Monday, Wednesdays, and Fridays. I mod for her. Sometimes I'm in the peanut gallery. Sometimes I'm just trying to see how many shots I can get her to take on stream before she yells at me. So
legitimate hobbies, one and all. Thank you. My name's Kevin. I'm here 3 nights a week, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, doing various stuff. Check us out. It varies from time to time. By the time you watch this on YouTube, none of what I say, if it was accurate now, would be accurate then. So just go see. Peanut gallery is the best gallery, unless you're allergic.
Yes.
Then you have to sit in the almond gallery. With all the other mixed nuts. Ba-dum-bum. Yeah. Okay, let's do this because, for the first time in the recorded history of all of TTRPGs ever, a loud sound has caused an alarm to be set off. And for the first time in recorded dungeon crawl history ever, the people in the rooms you are now heading into will be aware that you're coming and will be ready for you.
Wait, dungeon crawl? That's the wrong campaign.
It's not a dungeon crawl, but it's that sort of thing. It's a room-to-room fight, right? So
I know.
you're in that mode.
Wait, I've done that before.
I swear to God, if one of these beds turns out to be a mimic or something, we're having a talk.
So let's real quick recap. In the master's bedroom, so to speak, in the top corner of this map that nobody can see but us, we have Jason and Moose standing over the recently deceased body of Saul the Sane. You have removed one horn. There is one more task you have to do, but if I remember correctly, neither one of you has the envelope with you, right? Jet's got it. Right?
I think Feedback has it.
Feedback's got it. Okay.
Yeah.
Speaking of which, down the hall, partway down the hall, is Jet, who is moving towards the fracas at the end of the hallway when the alarm went off. In the room behind, give me just disadvantage still, because your ears are ringing. First roll of the night, disadvantage to see if you even hear the alarm, please. Feedback. Nope. Oh, a 1. Oh, okay.
It's still
Yeah.
still bell time.
Yeah, you're hearing bells, but it's not the alarm that you think it is. In fact, your brain has kind of worked the alarm bell into the ringing in your head. So it's kind of discordant and worse. Like one ear's hearing the real noise outside, the other ear is hearing the noise that your brain's making.
I
It's
feel like I'm in
hard
high
to
school again.
yeah, it's really hard to function. Like you're dragging dragging arms and legs behind you and concentrating. You can hardly move, and you certainly have no idea that the alarm is going off.
Yeah, no, just kind of getting up from rolling around on the floor.
So there's a double doors and two painted over doors, leaving this common area. Other than that, you guys are more or less in the hallways and the bedrooms. Next, go. Who wants to do what? Yep.
All right. Jet's gonna do two quick things here. Hopefully, he can do them at the same time. First
Yep.
off, he's gonna
Directions
just hit the
per round.
comms. First kind of thing is gonna be, hey guys, this guy wasn't soul. Do you have soul? Does somebody have soul? Or are we still looking for him? That's so we can get him jumped. The other thing he's going to do is reach into his bag of tricks and get out grease, a big grease bomb.
Yep.
Pull the pin, dump it down the stairs.
Oh, beautiful.
By
Yep.
what time we can.
Love it. I love this move. Let's draw a shape. And let's make it that color because it's grease. And then let's do that. And then go there, just like that. Just like that.
Gosh.
Oh, it came up as a black square on.
I know with a gray center. I rushed it. But never mind. It's a greasy.
All right.
The stairs are greasy. It's just a symbol. I wanted to go back sort of retro on this map anyway. Nobody else can see it, but it's like an old sort of
I
pencil
know,
and
but
paper
I
map.
was so
Yeah.
excited for
Yeah.
it.
It wasn't the artisanal grease anyway.
No.
This is grease has been
Artisanal
used.
grease.
Yeah. Used, but only to fry cookies. Okay. So yes, stairs are covered in grease. So downstairs is gonna have a difficult time getting up here. Anybody else? I'm gonna save. Actually, I want to save feedback for last because you're sort of rattled. So in the bedroom at the end of the hallway, standing over the body, you hear the message come through, and yeah, the universal sign for talking on the radio is this one. Yeah. Yeah.
Hello,
You do?
yes.
So yes, you say you
This
have
is a
them.
phone.
Okay. And Moose, what are you doing?
Moose
You're
is
muted.
Yeah.
You're still muted. Now you're just an
Muted
oos.
Blah 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 blah. I don't have control over my
Nope, you can't move your tokens. Where do you want to move?
No.
That's why we're doing it this way.
this door down here.
Okay.
Kick that in real
Yeah.
quick.
So you step over there. It's not. Oops. It's not locked and at all. In fact, it's a very lightly built door. It seems probably fairly obvious that.
All right, cool. Just throw it open then.
Yeah,
So
you
if
throw
I
it open. It's a
kick it in,
bathroom.
it'll-
It's an ensuite.
All right, cool.
There is
just
the
wheel
only
back
thing-
around, run back
Yeah,
up.
the only thing of interest in here is beside the mirror, there's like a little tablet and a bracket that's a teleprompter, and you can see the words of a speech on it. So this person was practicing a speech.
Oh, I'm gonna rip that off the wall and take it with me.
Okay. And the second or two you've got to look at it, it's pretty standard sort of come join our group because yay, we're great. All that sort of standard propaganda sort of speech. And then you pop back out of the room. All right.
Have you ever felt horny? Like really horny?
Get them installed.
Get them installed today.
We got it discounted. Horns are us.
One of
all right.
us, one of us.
So with that, what is the plan? Are we all heading to Saul's bedroom now that you know that you have him?
Not all of us, no.
Okay. So Jet, what are you doing?
If somebody alerts Jet to the fact that that is Saul that they just killed, like he just asked for
Yes.
somebody to do.
Yeah. He did. Yeah.
Or
Yeah. Jason told you.
okay,
Mhm.
perfect. Then he's going to step back just long enough to grab feedback and kind of give him a nudge down the hall
Okay.
and just kind of mouth like, try, let her. Let her. He does not speak any sort of sign language.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's just
Feedback
Better.
sort of stumbles down the
Yeah.
hall.
The
You can
hall's
tell
going.
You can't really see.
Yeah.
You know.
As you,
It's a light show in there.
yeah, you stumble through the door and kind of bounce off both sides of the door and come in, shake your head, and at least get some stability back. And you see in the corner the deceased form of this now one-horned person in this very fancy magnetic floating bed.
He stumbles his way over, pulls the envelope out of his
Tunic or whatever it is.
yeah,
Yeah.
whatever.
Yeah.
I don't even remember the model looks like. Jeez. Anyways, wow, go me. He puts it, clasps it in Saul's hands like this,
Yep.
so it's just like sticking out.
Yep.
Looks to where he thinks Moose is. Looks to where he's pretty sure Jason is
Yeah,
projecting.
you can see moving shapes.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's coming back.
And he's like, I can't hear shit.
I'll just give him a big ol'.
Jet. Over the alarm, you hear through these double doors here the sounds of people stirring.
Well, that kind of informs what I'm going to do.
I kind of thought that might
Jet's
be
going to
useful.
be, hey folks, I greased the shit out of the stairs. Do not take them without some solvent. And that's going to those double doors.
Okay.
He's at this point subtly is out the fucking window.
Oh yeah, it's horn collecting
So-
and getting out time. So
Old Zappy's going to maximum settings here.
okay, so you get there and throw open the door, or do you throw open the door?
Oh yeah.
Oh, yeah, it's time to make an entrance. So let's do. You throw open the door. This is the barracks. So these people are all 5, 6, 7, 8 of them are just getting out of bunk beds, kind of mostly in their underwear, and which is weird because they're painted red to here, but a lot of it's come off on the pillow. Their red pants, their red gloves, their weird hoofy boots are all sitting beside their beds, and they're just crawling up. These are followers, minions.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, a whole room full of them.
I think we're gonna. Do I get an action?
Oh
is
yeah,
it-
they're
okay.
just.
We're gonna revisit an old friend and a new friend in here.
Yes.
That's going to once again reach into his bag of tricks for one of his
Yeah.
flashbangs
Yeah.
and for one of his tear gas
Oh.
grenades.
Oh. Ow. Okay.
Military grade, baby.
Yep, and just one in each hand, just shoot through the
Yep,
door,
just chink, blink, and,
and
close.
then close the doors. Yep. Okay. It takes several seconds for those to go off. So I'll use that as a dramatic cutaway to the bedroom at the end of the hallway. You hear Jet suddenly boom, 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 runs away from you guys. The alarm is still going on. You hear the greasy stairs report, and you guys can hear people moving around downstairs, like through the floor below you. What do you do?
I'm going to exit the room
Let's
with
say
all due
Moose.
haste.
There's a fight. There's a fight, Moose. Moose. There's a
Yeah,
fight.
yeah. It's
Arrgh.
time.
Whoops.
Moose found some combat.
I want to get as close to. I want to get around here somewhere.
There somewhere. Yep. Okay.
If I can get next to Jet, I will.
Yeah. Sure.
Well,
It's a movie.
actually, could
Okay.
Jet make a quick gesture? Because Jet would, if he sees or hears Boost, he would point him towards those flimsy, like painted over doors
These two here.
as a
Yeah.
good way to just. I mean, Moose is the guy to go through that and see who's on the other side. But yeah, he'll just be like, but he's not going to try and
So-
stop Moose because
so yeah, what we'll
he's
do
not
is
suicidal.
When you get here, heading in that direction, you see Moose gesturing towards those painted over doors. Do you change direction?
Yeah.
Okay.
I'll wheel over.
Which one?
It's
Top one? Okay.
upper one.
Eeny, meeny, miny, that one.
Smash. Okay.
Moose
Moose
smash.
smash. Yeah, you shatter your way through this door easy. The paint blasting around you. The door just gives out. It was a shitty old wooden door, just one of those 2-ply doors. You got to get 3-ply doors. I mean, come on, what are you thinking? You can get a double roll of 3-ply doors for $5. Never mind, I might be confused. You shatter through that, and you come out in this long hallway. There's 3 doors on the left-hand side, and at the far end, it opens up ahead of you. Around that corner at the far end, so that open area, you can see like sparks, and you can hear zzz, 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 and there's weird smells as soon as you come through this door, but you can't see anybody.
I'm going to gonna pull out a couple of Ingrams. I think they're.
Sorry?
I'm gonna pull out a couple
yep.
of Ingrams.
Yep, and get ready to rest
They're
down
the
all the
SMGs.
Yep. All right.
And
and just cover suppressing fire technically.
Cover the hall.
Yeah. So technically in the game it would be using suppressing fire, which means you would get to roll 1 die at every person that came into your line of sight. But we'll see if that happens. What definitely happens is Jason, what are you doing?
Well, Jason, kind of looks at feedback and looks at the body and looks at feedback and looks at the body and goes, "This is Saul." Just like whoop.
I gather.
Back into his book. He's busy, but like, this is Saul. Like the expectation is there.
Yep.
And Jason just like into his bubble and hovers away.
Okay. Where are you headed?
He wants to head down to Jet.
Okay. So
he however far
get sort of
basically get
there.
Yeah. I'm like somewhere in this region. Yeah.
So you get out into that common area.
Yeah.
Yep.
He's making his way towards Jet, but like he's keeping an eye out as he always does, because
Yep. And feedback. You're all alone in the room. There's a phone ringing. Who uses that tone? It's like the old tone, the ringtone, or maybe it's an alarm clock, or maybe it's oh shit, it's an alarm. Nobody
Checks
told
his
you.
agent first. When you said phone ring, he checks his agent and realizes it's not going.
Yeah. That's not my ringtone.
Yeah, what the fuck?
But yeah, you have just now, your vision, from this point on, you're no longer penalized for anything that you do, basically. It kind of comes back and you can hear that there is an alarm going off. So what do you do? You've done the thing
feedback
with the
is going
envelope.
to feedback's going to follow Moose.
Okay.
He's got the rattler out.
Sort of get you to there-ish. He's heading into combat heavily. All right. The door slams shut. There's first a soft sound, and then a much harder, louder, flashier sound that goes poof. And in my head, the gas grenade goes off first, and it's sort of drifting and filling up the room, but then the shock wave of the flashbang just forces it into every eyeball and nose and mouth of everybody in the room. It just shock blasts it right into them. And you hear people trying to scream, but they just can't. As they breathe in to scream, they get a mouthful more of it, and it's just coughing and choking, and then the retching starts. Yeah, it's not good in there. I get to move some people now. Please bear with.
Oh. Well, while you're moving people, I have to go get my little gremlin, who is,
Perfect.
Doing the
Gremlining.
things.
I got you.
I'm gremlining. Hello.
You're going to be there. You're going there.
No? Okay.
You. Snicker. He snickered snickeringly.
Apparently, being picked up is a worse idea than being scolded for chewing wires. So
yes.
We're no longer gremlining, because do not perceive me, parent. Do not touch me.
Do not perceive me.
All right, that's them. Bam, bam, bam. Yes. I am not done complaining yet. You may not console me. All right.
Yes, pretty much.
Yes.
That's her entire mood right now.
All right. I have moved the notebooks, the NPCs.
New books.
Let's start with, because they had the forward momentum, Moose. What are you doing in this hallway?
You come down this hallway, approach the first door.
Yep. By the time you get to here, you can see way down at the end, there's somebody facing away from you. They're wearing sort of like a welder's helmet and a big, heavy apron. And there's something beyond them that they're working on that's sparking. But they're looking away from you. They do not see you.
Okay, I'm going to take the opportunity. I'm going to boot this door in.
Okay.
I'm going to try to maintain cover down the hallway with my right hand, with the gun in my right.
Yep.
Point the gun in my left into the room as I'm kicking the door in.
So you boot the door open, and this is their planning room. So there's all these big flat tables with paper maps on, because you can't hack paper, and posters on all the walls. And it seems, I mean, with your military mind, you just in the quick glance, you can see this stuff is overly complicated. It's amateurish. It's very high expectations with very low skill levels involved. None of this is going to work. And the big plan on the big table, which is right in front of you, if your math is right and they put that much explosives under that bridge, the valley that bridge goes over is about to get a lot deeper. It's way too much explosives. But underneath the table, you sense movement, and you kind of look, and there's a security guard kind of crawling out towards you. He looks like he's just woke up, and he's like, what? And he looks up and just sees you and just stops.
Just give him this feral grin.
Yeah.
Just anger leveled right at him.
Yeah.
I would just slowly shake my head,
He does this first, and you shake your head, and he goes, and then he just very, very slowly lays back down, and he's got one eye open, but he's very clearly pretending to be asleep.
Good boy. I'm gonna poke my head in the door. Is he the only one that's in there that I can see?
You look around both sides. Yes, he's the only one in that room. Moose shows restraint. Yay, character growth.
Wild.
In my eyes, he's currently a non-combatant.
Yeah,
so
he essentially is. Yeah, he's just another minion.
I just smell steam.
Okay, so you can still move like down there if you want, just past the second door. This was all one room with the two doors, so we'll move you to there. And again, as you get closer, you see, even with the alarm going off, this person has not come up from their work. By the time you get to here, you're military. Give me an advantage. Roll with advantage. So 3 dice for me, if you wouldn't mind.
Oh, that's nothing.
No 5s, no 6s. Okay, you have no idea what they're working on. There's like Jacob's ladders, and and weird smells, and odd powders and containers of bubbly stuff, but you haven't yet figured out what it's about. Jet. Yeah, you slammed the doors, and boom. So yeah, beyond the doors is a bad place. What would you like to do? You're muted.
Is there are there like handles on the outside of the door?
Yep.
Or is it okay?
Yes.
Let's go ahead and just get some high tensile rope.
my goodness.
Just tie that closed really well.
Just in time, because they start going, and you hear, oh my God, no, God, please, oh, no. Yeah.
And I'm just gonna. All right, let's be an extra bit of a dick before we wander away. He's gonna dump a bunch of ball bearings on the floor.
Yeah, just under the
Just
door.
right in front of the door.
Oh, in front of the door. Okay.
In front of the door.
Home Alone that shit.
Yeah, straight
Yeah.
Home Alone that shit, and then we're gonna head towards the stairs because I
Okay.
feel like Moose
Yep.
and Feedback at the very least have got the rest of this floor.
Perfect.
And just be like, hey guys, door is tied closed on this side. Those poor bastards have been flashbanged and tear gassed.
Actually,
Have fun with that.
we're doing so well. I actually feel bad for them.
Leave them be.
Ball bearings. There you go. They're bright green. Just so I remember. All right. So yeah, you're sort of at the top of the stairs. As you get to the top of the stairs, you hear two things from downstairs. One is the sound of powered armor. It's only like it's fitting in a hallway, so it's only like bigger than people, but still powered armor is coming along towards the bottom of the stairs. The other thing you hear in a pause between steps is that back door that you guys saw on the way in. You hear it open and then close.
Crap.
Dislike.
Jason, what are you doing?
This
Yeah.
was a closet.
Yeah. Just
Yeah.
Nothing.
So,
I checked that
Jason-
when I came in.
Jason kind of hears that, you know.
Yeah.
And no, I did have to go get my gremlin, so forgive me if I
no worries.
missed something.
Ask away.
Moose is still in that room, right?
Moose has gone headlong. Moose is moosing. Most
Okay.
moosingly.
Down the hallway.
Moose is down the hall. Yeah, that's
yeah.
sorry, that's what I
Yeah,
meant.
charging
Moose is down the
madly
hall
forth.
on the, yeah.
Stride boldly forth as one of the old
Well, I thought Moose was
text-based
showing
games used to be.
restraint, though. Moose was showing restraint.
He
Right?
didn't kill the
Yes.
guy.
He was. He charged boldly
Yes.
forth, didn't kill somebody, and then charged boldly forth some more.
Okay. Jason is going to come into these doors approximately here-ish, right?
Yep.
And he will just say, Moose, there's been a noise.
Okay.
Literally.
That's it. Just deadpan. Yep.
Deadpan. Moose, there's been a noise.
Feedback. What are you up to?
Um,
That top door is all just blown to hell. This one here, this one down here is still intact.
can I see into that room?
Into this room?
Yeah.
Not without breaking this door.
Okay.
Yeah.
So feedback wouldn't actually. He would know that those rooms are
I do this.
connected.
Bam.
Yeah, he's gonna tear that door open.
All right. I gave it to Moose because he's a moose. I'm going to make you roll for it. Give me 2d6. 5s or 6s as a success.
That's a critical fail.
Like double ones?
Ooh.
Yep.
Oh,
Those
wow.
two are going in the jail.
Okay.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh, you know what? I wasn't
My
going to,
dice
but
suck.
this is a space opera, so here we go.
Yes.
You kick with your right leg. You spin on the floor. Maybe it was a little bit of grease left over. Maybe one of the ball bearings. Unbeknownst to you, and through no fault of their own, because again, this is me doing it.
This is ball bearings rolling. So I
Yeah,
understand.
one ball bearing gets underneath your heel, and you spun as you kicked, which causes you to fall back to here and stumble further. Give me a single die test to keep from stepping onto the highly greased stairs.
Okay.
One die.
Come on.
One die, don't die.
4.
A 4, that is insufficient. You teeter, you totter. The dramatic music plays. It looks like you're going to make it. And then, your foot touches the greasy stair and
This
you're
is slow motion.
gone.
Slow motion look to Jet as I just go over. Just
No.
I'm just going to move you to there so we're still all on the same map. But you right downstairs and bam into the
I
floor.
really wanted to find out what this was because I'm a xenotech expert. I could have done something.
Oh, when you find out, you're going to be disappointed. But yeah, you slide down the stairs, slam to a stop. You look to the right, and you can feel like a blast of cool air from outside, and then you hear the door close. You look to the left, and filling the hallway is a battle armor of unknown source coming towards you. It is the Russian ones that you saw were steaming. This one's like shimmering with a heat haze, and every once in a while you see. And there's just something about it that lets you know it's experimental.
Ooh.
But it is filling the hallway coming towards you.
Can I quick hack the bitch?
You can try. Give me actually before. Yeah, give me a hacking roll to see if you can at least tell what it is.
Okay.
Like you try and hack in, and that success or failure will tell you whether you're. What
It
you know.
failed.
With 3 dice, my God, put them
Oh,
all
with,
in jail.
with 3 dice. With 3
yeah,
dice. Okay,
yeah.
come
This
on.
is advantage. You got it. You're hacking.
Aha,
Right?
6.
A 6. Okay.
Ah.
You figure out that this is not something which is going to be hackable because it has no external connection. The driver is in it.
I was hoping to get at some subsystems or something.
Yeah, it's got no. It has no Wi-Fi. That would be a weakness.
Yeah.
So,
Well, it was cyborg AI computer. Digital. Yeah. If it's got,
I
if
get.
it's got no,
yeah.
if it's got no wireless capability, then okay.
Yeah, I get the logic, but yeah, you figured that out, but you are unable to defeat it in that way. So back at the top of the stairs, Jet, you were standing there. You watched that. Boom, down the stairs he goes. You see him go, and then whoa, and start to get ready to fight something that's down at the end of the hall.
Jet's gonna go. Jason, need you to help. Feedback. And Jet's going up the stairs because he only greased coming like the first floor stairs. He's like, I've got to check and make sure nobody is escaping.
Because I heard that here is the roof.
Yeah,
right? Yeah.
But I can look down from the roof over to where that door exited, and I swear to God, if I see somebody jumping on a Scooty Puff Jr., I am nuking it.
Perfect. I love it. You run up the stairs, slam open the door, run to the edge of the back of the building, and look over. And sitting next to the what did you call them? Scooty Puffs? Is that what that was?
Scooty Puff Juniors, yes.
Scooty Puff Juniors. There's a whole run that you can see from up here the hierarchy, right? There's the pedal bikes, then there's the e-bikes, then there's the scooters, then there's the really like custom scooters. And sitting on like the third most custom scooter at all, it's an all red scooter and dressed in infinite shades of flickering red, just kicked back on the seat with her legs, her feet up on the handlebars, smoking a big cigar and looking around, sits a young lady with horns.
Do they look like the quality implanted horns?
You look from this distance. Well, give me just 2 dice unless you're percepty.
I am not
perceptive. You're not perceptive. So just give me 2 dice.
6 and a 1.
A 6 and a 1. They're in no way, shape, or form acting aggressively towards you. In fact, they're waiting calmly. The horns, it's hard to tell. They look really good, but you can't tell if they're real or fake.
The important question is, does she look like anybody in the dossier we received?
There's the question. Yes, this is Fiorel. This is one of the ones you need the horns from.
I'm sorry, lady.
Okay.
Now, as an engineer and tinkerer, can I think of any way to make this thing explode if I hit it with molten hot plasma? Because that's what Zappy does.
I think that's kind of a given, bro.
No, yeah, you absolutely can. Yeah.
Okay. Well, then
I have this explode.
Yeah, it's. Let's see. We've got marksman.
Yeah.
So I'm going to aim, which means I get successes on a 4, 5, or 6.
Yeah.
And Zappy's gonna bark.
Okay. Lean over the edge and kaboom.
4, 5, and a 6.
4, 5, and a 6. Yeah.
So 3 successes.
You line up the shot and squeeze the trigger. Just as you do, she sees your movement. Just as you do, you see her wrap a cloak around herself and duck her head like this. Your charge hits the bike. Have you ever seen a lithium battery go off?
Yes, I have.
Oh my God,
that's awesome.
That's exactly what happened. This is a high like a 40 cell battery, right? Super high and freshly charged right to the max. It is firing flame out of the top of it. It acts like a jet. It's melting the carbon fiber. Even though the flame's going this way, it's melting the pavement underneath. And in the midst of it, you can see this cocoon of this shape. And then she rolls off the side. The cloak opens up. The horns fall off and hit the ground. and she staggers a couple of steps, stands up, shakes her head, looks up at you, and reaches for a pocket and then stops, and then just turns and starts to run. What do you do?
Okay, did we need them dead, or we just needed the horn?
You just need the left horn, and her horns just fell off.
Right, it was a
Okay, that was
non-murder
Yeah.
contract.
There was only one you had to kill, and that was...
all right. Well then,
all.
just run, never come back, and leave the horns.
I was never that dedicated to the cause. As they run down the street. I mean,
I was here for the benefit.
well, you think about it, they didn't have the horns implanted. Everybody else at this level, they hardwired them, and this one didn't. So there's a whole backstory, but you didn't get it because you didn't find her yet. So
Look,
yeah.
I'm not here to get a backstory.
I know
I'm here
you're
to
not.
get paid.
No. I tried to give as much as I could with the line I had. So yes, you see now below you on the ground the horns.
Is that the end of my actions, or can I continue being
No,
awesome?
go ahead and be awesome. some
Continue
more.
being
I'm enjoying the awesomeness. Yeah.
All right. At this point, well, then we're gonna hook a little grappling hook onto the edge of the building, and we're going down to the ground floor.
Yep, absolutely.
I'm probably done there.
Oh yeah, easy. Bam, bam, bam. You're downstairs and outside. We'll just leave you where you are on the map for now, so you can see what's going on. Actually, no, we can move you outside because the thing isn't. So there it is. There you are. You're out there. The bike is still on fire, and it's starting to spread. So the second one, the plastic's starting to melt, and pretty soon that battery's going to go off as well. But the horns are laying on the ground, and yeah, I mean, it's not your crater.
No.
So yeah, you run over and grab the horns.
Oh, of course, we're gonna.
Okay, so yeah, you pick them up. Inside it says property of Fiorella. So just to be sure, you know what they are. Yeah. All right, back upstairs. Moose, tearing down the hall.
Yeah, I'm going to get to the corner here.
Yep. Give me another roll. 2 dice.
Nice.
Just to see if you figure a thing out.
1 success.
Okay. You kind of skid to a stop at the corner, look around the corner, and all of a sudden it all makes sense. Bomb factory. This whole section is full of explosive chemicals. This is an elevator that goes down. They're working on they're making bomb structures over here, and down here at the bottom of the room you can see somebody mixing steaming, smoking, bad smelling chemicals. It all seems very explodey.
In character, I don't know this, but out of character, I'm suddenly very glad that I'm outside on the first floor.
I want to use some more movement to get behind this guy.
Oh, absolutely, yep. You just it's only a couple of steps. You just slow your roll and just walk up.
Suplex.
What do you do?
Oh yeah, I'm definitely gonna grab him.
Yep.
Yeah, it's very much like I'm gonna basically grab him by the throat, hip throw him, just drive his head into the floor.
Oh, easy. Give me a roll with advantage. You're a melee specialist.
Yeah.
Master of pain.
1 success.
I melee'd all over his ass. Yeah. Wham! Knocking him to the ground. And boom, you see the lights go out. He's asleep. Minions. I'm going to put an X on him. He's not dead. He's asleep. But yeah, he's out.
No.
The other one down at the bottom of the room, you quickly look. Nope. They're just totally focused on mixing the correct amounts of chemicals. Still got one more action. And a bit more movement. All the rope you could like. Here, have a noose. Go for a walk.
I'm going to get up to him and just press the gun to the back of his head, or the side of his head, or whichever way.
Okay. Yeah, let's see.
Just slide it past his vision, rest it against the bridge of his nose.
Well, yeah. You put it here, and he backs up a little bit, and a little drop of this, and a little drop of this falls outside of the beaker and hits the table right in front of him, and it just... and there's a cloud of smoke and dust, and they're staring at the beaker that's got, this much stuff in it. There's 2 drops just blew a chunk out of the table, and the beaker is teetering on the edge of that. I'm going to give you an extra move because first of all, pooing is a free action. Now you can have one more action. What would you like to do with this wobbling beaker and this stunned scientist with a gun in his ear?
I definitely want to reach for that beaker.
Okay. Give me... You're not meleeing it. Give me 2 dice.
Do not critically fail this, Moose. You need that hand.
Do not do this.
The city might like this block.
Dice gods, please love us.
What did you do? Not 2 ones. Just a fail?
2 ones.
2 ones. Wow.
Are you snake eyes?
Okay.
Snake eyes.
Wow. Interesting.
That's
Okay.
I'm just imagining the whole cinematic thing in my head.
Yep.
Moose going to like man paw at the beaker, just sliding out.
he goes
In
to
the
reach for it, forgets he's
slowest-
got a submachine gun in his hand.
In the slowest of motions,
Whacks
you
it.
see him drop both pistols and miss. And at the very last one, he slaps it and kind of spins it the other way up so it hits the ground upside down. And everybody's world goes into hyper slow motion. Moose, you see it first. You get to the interesting perspective of watching someone turn to a fine mist in a split second in front of you. It's just and then the shock wave hits you. Your armor just locks into defensive mode, and you don't even have time to think, oh shit, and you're starting to go through walls, like multiple walls of multiple buildings. Just
Moose is now a rocket.
you're John Ringoing surviving the nuclear explosion is the image that I'm giving you here.
Oh
Yeah.
my god.
I am the nuclear fridge.
Blam, blam, blam. You very rapidly go unconscious. The last thing you hear in your head is your medic alert bracelet thing going off. If they get here in time, they might just save the rubble. You go black, and you have to wait. Jason, next.
Oh my
There's
God.
a ripple, like time kind of shimmers. It's just a
Right,
split
because
second.
Jason can't see what happened
Not
because
at
it's
all.
around the corner.
You
Yeah,
turn
it's,
and
it's around the
look.
corner.
You turn and look, and the wall just comes towards you, just and it hits you.
Yeah, but I think so. Jason kind of was like, "Moose, there's
Yeah.
been a right?" And like this is all.
Yeah.
I mean, it's D&D. It all happens simultaneously, but we can't all play simultaneously. So he says that, and then he hears Jet say, "Jason,
Yeah,
help feedback."
yeah. You
And so Jason kind of
yeah.
turns to help feedback, and like from behind him, he
The
feels
wall
this like
smashes
proximity
into you.
alert.
You see the wall ahead
Yeah.
of you as you're hit from behind.
it's
by
like that like
wall.
slow mo like
You're driven through the
ripple,
next
right?
one,
Yeah.
and driven through the
It's
next
just-
one out into the night, and you fall in the back alley between the two buildings. You have 1 hit point left.
oh my god.
Jet, you're outside the building. Just like there's a whomp. Your name's Big Mortar. You know large explosions inside of buildings. You look up, and the building's sort of just folding over towards you and coming down.
Can I get in the door? Like, is the whole thing falling or just this wall?
The whole, you kind of look, and the
my
whole
God.
building is coming towards you.
This is why I work alone.
Oh yeah,
Uh,
Jason isn't pleased. Like Jason gets
yeah.
hurt and he just whoop back
Oh.
into his ball. Just
Yep.
to throw that out there.
Yep.
Anyways, Jet, keep going.
Is there let me look at this. Let me take a look at the map real quick. Up north of Jet on the
Yep.
map, is there anything, or is it just is there like a chain wall or anything, or is that just
There's
open
an
space?
alley and then another building.
Does it look like if I make it to the alley, I will not be crushed?
There is a chance. I will give you a disadvantage roll, 1 die, to try and get out. You're not exactly, unless you're agile in any sort of way.
No.
Okay.
I'm a Nane.
Yeah.
You can't carry all the shit that Jet has been pulling out of
No,
his ass.
Absolutely. Are you agile?
And be
9.
agile too.
Yeah. Are you agile?
So-
9. Okay.
Oh,
One
okay.
die.
You have been working out very well for me. I need you. Daddy needs you right now. 5.
Yes. You feel bricks hammering against you as you stumble forth. They knock you to a knee, but you're just back up and across the alley. You get into one of those little niches that they put a door in so that you can open the door without it opening into the alley and getting torn off by the garbage truck. You get into one of those and the building just and fills the alleyway and most of that little niche that you're in. You're trapped in there and you're taking... I'm going to do 1d3 here. So half of this. 2 points of damage as the bricks smash into you.
Does my armored coat negate that at all?
Yes, your armor coat removes one of those points of damage and loses 1 point of its own ability.
I'll fix it later.
So you're crushed into space. Yeah.
Ow.
At the bottom of the stairs.
Is a future dead man.
Not necessarily.
I'm at half health. I'm fucked.
There's a whomp upstairs.
Oh, half health, you sweet summer child.
And there's sort of you feel the whole top story get peeled off, and a second later you feel the ground start to move beneath you because the shockwave came down, hit the ground, and it's moving along. On the bright side, you have time to look and see the building collapse on top of the robot or on top of the armor. It crashes to the ground. You see one giant spark just before the stairs start to push you forward. You go through a wall, through another wall, out into the street, into a major 4-lane street. And you make a hole about 10 feet square in the wall as you do it. You and all the rubble, blam! All the cars start to screech to a stop. The pedestrians are looking and staring and immediately taking pictures with their cameras. You hear in the distance a siren or 10. You look up, and I mean, you thought the flashbang was bad. Like you're seeing through your eyes and hearing through your ears. It's bad. You're just trying to stumble and move, and you just can't get anywhere. You do manage to crawl behind a dumpster. You think you're behind a dumpster and collapse. Again, like 1 hit point left. You can feel the medical alarm going off in your head. If you can survive a couple more minutes, they'll get here and save you. Somebody steps out of the darkness and reaches out with one hand and just very casually adjusts the dumpster so that you really are hidden, and then steps back into the dark alley.
And there's no way in hell I'm going to spec that guy.
Was that? Yeah. You. What I will give you is you have no reason to connect this to anything because you didn't see it, but small, dressed in red, is all you register. Fiorel just came back and saved him. So.
Yeah. So I'm just lying there.
You're just in an alley.
Yeah.
Sounds like a Saturday night.
Yeah. So there's only
All
two of you still conscious-ish. Let's start buried in the alleyway with Jet.
All right. Am I able to clamber out?
Oh yeah, you just
over
start
the stuff?
digging your way out. Just yeah, and you come out on top of this rubble pile.
Fuck, I gotta find. He's you can tell he's like, I gotta figure out how this happened.
Yeah.
Later, but for now, is there any walls standing? Does it look like any rooms were spared?
For the most part, this building was pretty much utterly destroyed. There's, the ground floor has got sort of stumps of walls left. What you can definitely see is what was downstairs is this armored bot shorting out in the rubble.
So there's pretty much no chance of me recovering those other 2 horns.
Well, it depends.
Is
If
what
the
I'm
person in the armored bot is one of them, then maybe a chance. You might be able to dig them out.
Do I have any idea where anybody else went, or was it pretty much just run and be buried?
At this point, you look around. You can't see any of them yet. No.
Well, all right. Well, let's as quick as I can, because I'm sure I hear those sirens. I am an engineer and a tinkerer,
Yeah.
so hopefully I can peel this tin can open.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Real
That you
quick.
run over and just and you quickly find the spot and you cross wire a little something, and yeah. Oh, I know it. You find a burning lithium battery from one of the bikes and you use that to melt the core open. And inside is a very, very dead soldier. He's been killed by his own suit, and he does have the horns and he does register as one of them. So you can
Okay, real quick, yoink.
yeah
Um,
get another horn.
do I see
That's
Saul
Lightbringer.
anywhere or where he could be? Because if we can get away with 4 horns and
Yeah.
still leave Saul's corpse with that letter,
Absolutely.
I'm going to call it as good as can be, because we went above and beyond.
Yeah, in
on
the
this one.
in the corner where you left Saul, you see weirdly enough, like the chimney that's always still standing. There, that corner of the building downstairs is still there, and blasted into the corner, in his bed is Saul, blasted against the wall with the envelope, smoking slightly, but pressed against his chest.
Quick picture.
Yeah,
This one look like I'll go click click.
yeah.
And okay, I have no way. Anybody alive? Anybody conscious?
Mop.
All
right.
You just get some like broken beeps from the other that like weird like you know what it is? It's the old like 90s dial-up
I was just
tone.
gonna say it's the fax machine. Yep, absolutely. You try and connect, you just get the fax machine.
Oh, unless we somehow
gone back
thought
to
ahead
dial-up.
enough to actually like set up locators for each other, and I think we're all like loners enough to
Yeah,
maybe not have actually done that.
probably not.
If I can't, can anybody tell me where you are so I can try and get you out of here?
Hiding.
Oh, wait.
Dumpster.
Wait, I think I might have it. Since we rented these little
Yeah.
helicopters and
yeah.
they were keyed, one was keyed into each of us.
Yep.
I'm going to do auto retrieval.
Absolutely.
Order up an auto
Brilliant.
retrieval
Yep.
and see if we can get.
So
yeah. Well, actually, hold on. First, does anyone have dock wagon coming? Because that seems like something I should
That's
not
the phrase I
snatch
was-
somebody from one.
that's the
Oh,
phrase I was
right.
looking for. Dock wagon. I forgot.
Oh
Trauma
my
Team's the other
God,
one.
I only read it
Dogwagon.
about 27 times this week, but yeah.
So,
Yeah.
if I don't hear, so I'm gonna, I don't hear anything from Roosbar. I'm assuming because he's out, and I would know Roosbar has
Actually,
good dock wagon coverage. So
when you hit the you all do, but which is in just quick aside, I'm convinced that when they made Shadowrun, they added this feature because they realized what an unbelievably deadly system that they'd built, and figured they'd better give people a way to come back, because otherwise your characters only last 20
To
minutes.
just like soften that blow.
Yeah.
a little bit.
Cyberpunk's answer was big families.
Yeah.
Just play the next in the,
The
line.
clone.
Exactly. That was actually the joke.
Yeah.
I know,
Start
yeah.
with A
So-
and work your way down.
Yeah.
So when you hit summon for these the octocopters, you see the one that's supposed to go to Roosbar says target unconscious, unable to find, which you take to mean their dock wagon has been ticked. Everybody else is at least one. So yeah, in the back alley, the or the octocopter comes down. There's no way you could get up at this point. Like you're just like, oh, salvation's right there, and I can't. Yeah, like watching a knocked out person trying to stand up too early. And then that same figure in red
Jason-
comes out of
Sorry.
the darkness and stands you up, and like a good friend walks your, like in a drunk home, right? Because you're trying to wobble, and they walk you over and throw you in the copter and strap you in. And the last thing you remember before falling unconscious is the G-force, that sudden neck snap of it lifting off into the darkness. The cold air hits your face. You realize you're done. You pass out and wait to see what happens. Jason.
Okay. So Jason was pretty close to Moose,
Yep.
like geographically when this all went down.
Yep.
Is there any way, like, I mean, he has 1 HP and he realizes kind of that they're getting blown out
Yeah.
with his engineering brain. He only has 1 HP though, so I get it if you say no or disadvantage. Like, can he engineer the possible trajectory of Moose?
Moose is gone. Like all you can see is a hole in the building across the
Okay.
alley. Yeah, he is
Okay.
several buildings down the
series of
street.
holes.
Yeah,
Mostly just to like,
Yeah.
I mean, you see the like,
you could track him, but yeah, it's too late to
undetected.
catch
Yeah.
him. Yeah.
Yeah, no, he doesn't want to catch him. He just wants to be able to point the bot in the right way.
Uh-huh.
You know what I mean? Like,
Okay,
that,
yeah.
like undetected, unable to find. He wants
Yeah.
to be like that way. You know?
Yeah, you
Well-
you can't actually see him. Plus, he's got the dock wagons coming to get him, so he'll be okay.
Okay.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Okay,
Moose
he'll be okay.
needs the dock wagon.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
it's just Jason was a little concerned of
Yeah,
like
no, yeah.
unable, like he saw the whole thing. I'm like unable to find, and he's
Yeah.
like, "Oh my God, Moose!"
Yeah.
Yeah, no, at this
Do you
point, I'm
get
pretty
your-
sure Moose's locked super armor is the only thing keeping enough
Yeah.
blood in him.
Yeah,
The
pretty
genetic
much.
material
I mean,
to allow him
honestly,
to be
in my own life,
regrown.
Jason's probably less concerned in character than I am out of character. Jason's just like, "Oh, Moose."
The
Okay.
question then after you can't you can see where he went, but you're unable to sort of get anything directed in his direction.
Okay.
But do
Well,
you
so long
leave?
as Jason
Yeah.
is, knowledgeable enough, conscious enough to understand that Moose will be all right.
Yeah.
Eventually, maybe,
Yep.
potentially, somebody's on their way. Yeah, he rather than like physical forms that just like knock out.
Yeah.
His little orb just kind of like.
Yeah.
Like
And
into
the-
itself,
Yeah.
and like self diagnoses. Not that
Yeah.
he can self heal, but it's not a normal doctor for Jason. It's
No.
more of a tech expert for
Yeah.
Jason.
So you drop into the octocopter, it lifts off, and you sort of go into recovery mode. Perfect.
Yeah, exactly. The octocopter comes to get him, and it's like this little like we're gonna hold the
Yeah.
little orb, and Jason's just like. Boom,
Protect the baseball.
boom,
And
boom.
yes.
Like you get
And
the like
yeah.
the loading.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Boom,
Yeah.
boom,
Jet's just gonna
boom.
spray a little Bactine on the scrape he got
Yeah.
from the one brick that
The
clipped
lick.
him,
Yeah.
and all of this. He
Yeah.
just put a little plaster over it, and he's
You look
Yeah.
back at the mayhem, this burning section of the city, because it's starting to spread and there's damage here and there. So, but looking back on it, you didn't cause any of this. If they really are as omniscient as they seem to be, you're probably still in for your bonus. You can see Lone Star is coming, but
And we can blame the
it
terrorists.
wasn't anything you did.
Lone Star will
factory-
say,
a bomb factory
these are
blew up.
terrorists.
Yeah. A bomb factory blew up. Like,
They'll go for
that's-
the
they're not looking
Occam's
for an
razor of
external cause at
solutions.
this point, right? There's
Yeah.
no reason for them to.
Yeah.
But that brings us to Moose.
What's
It's
left of Moose?
there's like they say your life flashes before you, kinda, but just like the high points and the low points. So the day in basic when you turned around, you just like, I can't go one more step, and you turned around and you'd gone 10 more steps than the last guy did. So you turned out you had gone far enough. The graduation day, the day you broke a leg and didn't get to go on a mission, but the guys that did all got killed. Just all those moments that the how am I still alive this long moments, interspersed with these long periods of blackness. But you're thankful for the blackness because it's burying a pain so deep that you couldn't deal, you couldn't cope. And then little sparks of light and voices. You can't tell the words, but you can tell that they're humans talking. And you hear things like stem cells and more and losing blood, and it pressures down and panic raising, and then you go black again. That happens 5 or 6 times. And eventually you come back, your eyes open up, and you see the doctor leaning over. There's only one left. He's just sweat soaked. The mask is stuck to his face. You look around, and it's like a whole field of hospital, but just for you. It's just shattered stuff everywhere. There's blood-soaked rags and bits of your armor, and 2 doctors that have worked themselves into a state of near unconsciousness. They're just curled up in the corner trying to get a nap. And this last guy's just pulling chunks of shrapnel out of you. And he looks over at you and says, "Oh, you shouldn't be up."
this again.
Yeah, do you have any idea how hard it is to stitch scar tissue?
Yeah.
And he just goes back to work putting you back together. You're still drifting in and
Back
out.
to
I mean,
sleep.
you're on so much dimorphine.
Okay.
You know, yeah.
On the
Not
plus side,
morphine, dimorphine.
Oh, yeah.
Yep.
You just had the
Twice as
experience, 10 times stronger. Great fun. Good stuff. Pain? What pain? There's some pain, but somebody else is feeling it, not me. Yeah, it's...
Where am I?
So, yeah, you're in that haze, seeing faces in the curtains and all that good stuff. You appear to have turned into a cat's ass, and so in your own reflection in the mirror.
on the plus side, one more near-death experience, and he gets a free medium yogurt.
Yes, yeah. Yeah, but it's hospital cafeteria yogurt, so it is the
It's a
ultimate in
Go-Gurt.
tasteless
Oh.
malt.
It's gelatinous.
Yeah.
It's gelatinous milk-colored liquid.
Is it fruit in the
Kumquat
bottom? I
flavor.
don't know. It's got
It's-
something in the
it's
bottom.
actually probably soy, actually.
And as you wake up, you look at the clock on the wall over the doctor's shoulder, and he just shakes his head and he says, "You couldn't even get a full night's rest out of that, eh? Like 6 hours." And all of a sudden your left leg just comes alive in flaming pain. Sorry, working some nerve reconnections there. Hang on, and it all goes numb again as he adjusts a switch on a machine.
If I'm up a lot, if I'm awake long enough, I'm to say that I consent to replacements.
He laughs and kind of, without taking his hands out of you, he kind of nods to the corner, and you look over, and a full set of you recognize it, a full set of your armor is in a box, sitting in the corner waiting.
I mean, like
All a
limbs.
copy of your gear. Oh yeah, he's laughing again, and in the conversation you have, we grew back both arms and 1.5 legs.
Oof.
Nice.
Yeah, most of a chest. In fact, the only thing that came in here in one piece was your ass.
Nice.
Buns of steel, baby. Those bun busters paid off.
It is a magnificent ass.
And with that, you sort of fade into the heroin again. But you recover fairly quickly, and the other three of you get notice from executive realities that just says, he's okay. Next mission, 24 hours from now. And the message weirdly sounds a little personal this time. It's just a text message. There's no message from the talking head this time. It says, "Hope you have your passport ready, and I hope none of you get space sick." And
Oh, my.
24 hours from now, you receive a ticket, a digital ticket. 24 hours from right now, you're getting on a shuttle to go to a space station for your next mission. Details incoming is the next part of the message. Moose, you get this. You're still in hospital. You got like 1.5 hit points left. It's like 24 hours. The doctor's looking at you like, "Yeah, we can give you stimulants."
Yeah, this isn't my first rodeo.
Yeah. Technically, in this game,
Man.
if you get 6 hours of sleep, you get 6 hit points back. So you can actually be recovered amazingly. But yes, by then you can be ready to go. Hang on a second.
Oh, Jet's gonna be like, "Hey, Jason, do you need help with repairs? 'Cause I don't know how, like, with that whole hard light thing, maybe you can repair yourself really well, assuming like none of your hard light generators was damaged. I'm just offering."
They come up as sort of a wire frame first, and then fill out to the full Jason.
Oh.
He backs
Yeah.
up the rippers, getting new eyes and ears.
Yeah,
put in.
getting
Yeah.
fixed and built. Yeah,
Jason can't do much. I mean, he can do a little bit. Like if you need it, he can.
again, you'll
You know.
all be
No,
healed up
he's
for the purposes
offering
of the
to
next
repair
mission.
Jason.
Yeah,
Oh, I
Because
misunderstood
Jason-
that.
Yeah, because Jason
Yeah.
Jason doesn't heal. Jason gets
Yeah,
repaired.
yeah.
yeah, he is repaired, but I mean, yeah, I mean, Jason had a little bit of work done on him, but Jason needs some help.
Okay.
need some
Jason can
bug
come over to
fixing.
the garage.
So
Right.
during,
Okay.
during that next day, you guys, get healed up and fixed up and reprogrammed and debugged and antivirus
Yeah.
and all that good
Yeah.
stuff. Moose, this doctor, is by the end of it, he's just laughing and injecting you with stuff. He's like, "You're amazing. Everything fucking works." And it just you can see muscles growing back on bony shoulders. And
He's probably taken a couple of those himself just to keep going.
Well,
he's like,
yeah,
one for
he's-
you, one for me, one for you, one
He's-
for me.
One for you, two for me.
Yeah.
One for you,
he's
two
looking
for
at
me.
you like this. Like, I use this on graft monkeys, and it takes months. He said, "You don't reject anything," and he's just building you back. So by the end of the time, when you walk out the door, fully armored and ready to roll,
Franken Moose.
you've all got time.
Just built different.
Literally now.
Yep.
Literally now.
Always.
Built different.
You get.
I mean, yes.
I'm a military shit show.
You get a message. Who has the horns, or do you have them split amongst you?
Jet.
It's a little.
I think we have them
soul.
split. Yeah, because Moose
I
had
had one.
You still do if you had one. They're kind of plot dependent. You guys got
Moose
4 or
has
5
one.
horns.
Yeah,
There was
I
only
got
one that you missed, and that
Jet has
person is
3.
very, very definitely dead. So I don't think there's going to be a problem. So yes, you guys will just kind of speed roll this part. You get your 30,000 each for successfully completing the mission. Plus, you get 5,000 bonus because while the law did show up, it wasn't your doing that caused that. There's no reports of strangers causing anything going on in the news. It's all about a bomb, a terrorist organization whose bomb building blew up.
which also would probably be, one more big major discrediting stroke, which is kind of what we were,
Yes.
tacitly told to do,
Exactly.
discredit them.
Yes.
That's actually
One more
feedback-
Gangers squad exploded while building meth.
Yep.
The
Basically.
meth lab exploding.
All right. So, with that, you have. Let's backtrack a little bit. I said it was suddenly time to go, but you guys now have 65,000 more than you had at the start of this. It has been less than 40 hours since the first message came in from Executive Realities, and you have each had 110,000 credits richer than you were a day and a half ago. You have 24 hours until you go on to, well, let's face it, is going to be a risky mission. Going to space is risky. Going to space stations is risky. Going to space stations you're not supposed to be at and doing illegal shit is really risky. You haven't even got the details yet. But what do you want to do in that 24 hours?
Well,
I'm going shopping for some space station safe weaponry, like flechettes and things like that.
Yes, things that don't blow holes in walls. Yes, very good
Yes.
idea. Yep, very good idea. Yep.
Yeah. Feedback's going to renew his life insurance policy.
Strangely,
and by that-
it just
he
went
means
up.
he's-
Yeah.
Yeah, and by
Your
that he means
deductible
he's
just went
also he's also updating his he's got a
Platinum. You want the platinum?
no
dock wagon?
no he's got a little something going on that if he dies, a whole lot of people are going to get their fucking careers ruined.
Okay.
Yeah.
The blackmail file. Gotcha.
Blackmail file. He's
Gotcha.
updating that, and he's also
Understood.
while he's up in space, he's going to get his server to cross-reference all of the bullshit from these Alighieri guys that he got from the server.
Yep.
He's cross-referencing that with the book that we stole from the first mission because he downloaded all that.
Absolutely.
And he wants to.
Okay.
He's looking for connections.
Perfect.
Ooh.
Do you have any skill that would make you particularly skilled at this?
Other than hacker and xenotech expert, I can't really think of something.
We'll give you a hacker to at least to proficient, so we'll give you 2 dice instead of 1.
Okay. Oh, 2 and a 1.
2 and a 1.
Nothing
No.
yet.
Ooh.
you can't find any connections other than there are noticeably no connections. No one is drawing connections between the events, the two events that have happened, even though they both happened sort of in the same part of the city and less than a day apart, and both of them sort of involved buildings getting destroyed. No news source, legitimate or otherwise, is reporting the two of them as being connected.
Yeah, well, it's also it's not just that he's looking for similarities between the Paranobilis
Yep.
screed, their
Yep.
bullshit,
Yep.
the stuff that they posted versus this, and also the stuff that he stole. And he's looking for similarities in,
Yep.
you know,
Yeah, unfortunately, you rolled a 2 and a 1, so you didn't find
yeah,
any.
it's nothing
Yeah.
yet.
Yeah,
That's
exactly.
what feedback sees. Is, you know, he's going to try this again next time he gets a little bit more information.
Exactly. I gave you a tidbit, but yeah, basically you
Yeah.
learned very little than what you knew before. So that's your day. Jason, you're fixed up. What are you doing? You got like most of the day.
So Jason gets fixed up, and then he goes back to his own little, he calls it his lab.
Yep.
You know, and he spends the next, maybe not 24 hours, you know, because he realizes that he is not maybe as cut out for this as he thought he was. So he does rest a little bit, but in between that, he does actually have a weapon. He hasn't used it yet. You know, Jason has his own engineered kind of in between of a stun gun laser pistol, right? And he spent a little bit of time upgrading that and really making sure that it is ready to go. But then he also tries to make better comms for them.
Okay.
In that they don't have to really talk. Like, you know how AirPods today have like tap functions?
Yeah.
Whisper
Where you
mics.
can,
Yeah.
Yeah,
You
so
can
like
sub-vocalize.
if they just,
we can already do that.
right, so
you
if
put
they
one
just like
right here.
double tap him,
Yeah.
like he's trying to do like a double tap and something like, oh, SOS, or
Yeah.
like
Yeah.
clear, and all they need to do is just like tap it to send that message like through. He's making those for them.
Easy.
Because
Yeah.
talking takes way too long.
Perfect.
He doesn't like talking to begin with. He doesn't
Yeah.
like he's totally in his own world. He doesn't communicate well. So single, double, triple taps.
So JPod.
Not full Morse code.
JPods.
Not full Morse code. Yeah,
No.
They're JPods.
JPods, yes. They're not iPods, they're JPods. They're one better.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
So just quick little simple
And
messages,
Jason,
clear, SOS, things like that.
Easy. Perfect. Great idea. I love it.
Yes.
Jet.
Jet is going to do a couple things. He's of course going to refresh his supplies that he used.
Yep.
Silently curse that his the well-planned surgical strike turned into yet another explosive clusterfuck. I mean, it got the job done, but
Yeah.
a theme is being sensed here.
Success.
along with
That's the only theme I see.
That's
Bonuses
fair,
all
that's fair.
around. Twice. That's all I see.
Hey.
He's going to make sure that Zappy is still officially registered as a plasma welding torch,
Yes.
industrial grade. He's going to make sure that his certifications as a space engineer in space are still up to date.
Yep.
As his reason for taking Zappy with him into space.
Yep.
And
I just weld things that are way over there, and sometimes they fall apart.
yeah, but the people who see that don't get to tell.
That's
on
right.
him.
They don't. It's hard to breathe in space with a hole in you.
Exactly. And then otherwise he's just going to make sure, stock up on a few things, mini oxygen tank with rebreather and oxygen scrubbing functionality, full face, some decompression pills just in case.
Yeah. All the good
just
stuff.
whatever he might need, because at this point he's ready for any sort of catastrophe to befall this group.
And with that, the four of you rush around and still manage to get a night's rest in. Because this is sort of the end of one and the start of another, plus we can get sort of back on schedule with the names of each one of these if we stop now. We're going to drop the curtain early tonight. I know it's not even 7:30 8:30, 9:30, 10:30 your time, depending on where you're at. But story trumps time. So we will start next week with your new mission. Actually, not next week. Pardon me. I almost forgot. Damn it.
That's
Bison, you were supposed to remind me. Next week on Saturday there will not be a game. Mana and Kyle, sorry, but the other three of us are all going to be at a birthday party. So a real like with people, like real people.
Oh my
in the
God,
same
you have
room,
real
like
life
this
friends?
freaky
No way.
thing. I know, like
yeah, but you don't have to go to that, and you can stay, in your place where there aren't other people.
But you have to leave your comfort zone. You see.
No, I don't.
No.
I work very hard to not have to leave my comfort zone.
It's about who it's for, though.
Yes.
Kyle and me and Mike both want to keep our bits.
Yes, the two of them would be killed most ferociously if they do not attend. And they were nice enough to
team
invite
up
me.
against us.
You guys, the two of you wouldn't stand a chance.
Well, it's also Labor Day weekend, so
Yeah.
There is that too. So we'll use that as an excuse.
Our wives have their birthdays like a week apart from each other.
Okay.
Yes.
So we're celebrating both.
So there will be many celebrations. Yes.
Oh, fun.
So we will be back in 2 weeks with the next episode of Harlequin Redux. So let's get to the thank yous. This is fun. I'm still processing tonight, and you guys, it's so much fun on this channel because nobody ever does combat the way that everybody does combat in every actual play ever, where they just grind through all the monsters and find the loot. You guys don't even loot people. Like, nobody's looted anybody on this channel in 6 months. I mean, it's so different, and I absolutely love it. This is
technically we looted the horn.
Well, the horns. I was like, hey, what's the horn?
That was like a mission.
Oh, okay, yeah, we're not
you're not
murder
like going
hoboing
through their pockets and throwing pictures of their families aside looking for $20, right? You're not. But I love it. We do things differently here, and I love that very much. So thank you for doing things different with me, Bison and Bat Kyle and Roosbar and Mana Queen. Thank all of you so much for joining me. Thank you to chat tonight. Some of you stayed up, I know, until like, let me do the math, 3:30 in the morning. I wouldn't have made it that long, so thank you for staying up till 3:30, and you basically made it to the end. So everybody else that's watching, thank you for watching. And everybody that's watching on YouTube in the future, thank you to you folks too. Hit the like button if it got all the way to here, and hit that that bell, that notification button, because if you don't, you will not know when I post stuff. I posted 3 today. Like, that's dumb. They tell you in YouTube land, post them different, spread them out. It's like, no, I got an idea, so let's just post 3 while I do something else. Yes, 6 dead dice in one dice jail, and counting.
I barely succeeded anything today. It was like I was rolling Bickford.
No, all of us. The dice hated us.
You're all sitting
The
too
dice
close
gods
to.
hated
You're all sitting
us
far too
today.
close to Roosbar, who I know is cursed.
See, I am far away from this.
You're all of a continent, and actually diagonally too. You are almost as far away as it is possible to be without us moving further north, and I refuse.
I was like, I'm also across the continent.
Yes,
as well.
Yeah. Slightly south, but not either way.
That's why Jet ran away from everybody. He could tell the dice karma was bad.
Yes.
Just in my head, he was like, "Stay away."
They're just being punished for taking next week off. But you can't distract me. There's still the big closer. As always, until next time, please keep being nice to each other. Good night.